On Tuesday, May 27, 2025, President Donald Trump pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley. They were released the following day, and everyone has been clamoring for a glimpse of the couple. Now, Todd is speaking out about his pardon and release. Keep reading for all of the details. Todd and Julie Chrisley break silence about pardon and release. It has been just a few days since Todd and Julie Chrisley were pardoned and subsequently released. They have been spotted briefly here and there since they got home. And now, Todd and his daughter, Savannah Chrisley, are breaking their silence about being released. She maintained that the convictions were incorrect and there was not enough research to send them away. Fortunately, Alice Johnson fought extremely hard, as did Savannah, who was desperate to reunite her family. She also added that President Trump is not one to grant favors, but he was there for them. Todd admits that he has no remorse for what he did, as he maintains he did nothing wrong. He added that there was so much corruption in their case, and he wants to fight for the men he met on the inside. As for why he looks so good, Todd joked that maybe his Botox never wore off. Yet he had nothing to do but work out and read. As for where Julie Chrisley currently is, she is at home with Chloe, and it seems that she won't let her leave her side. Savannah addressed rumors that she paid or slept her way to the pardon. She is firm that she just fought and was never too proud to ask for what she wanted. Julie and Todd Chrisley's release was at the top of her mind, and she could and would not give up. Todd joked about the press following him to Nordstrom, and he did not think underwear shopping was that exciting. That was when he had Savannah go live on social media to beat everyone. Todd did go on to share the moment he was pardoned. The big moment? Todd Chrisley shared that a staff member at his prison camp told him he had been pardoned, and he did not believe it. He soon called Savannah Chrisley, and she said it was true. It spread like wildfire before she could even react, as the president made it public. When Todd left his camp, he had his mates ask him not to forget them. More so, they were there to cheer him as he walked to freedom. At this point, they do have a new show that had wrapped right before the pardon. They immediately picked up cameras, which will document the moment Todd and Julie Chrisley see each other again. The couple had been together for 30 years, so this was a horrible time. A lot of work will be done to ensure this does not happen again, and the Chrisleys believe that they were unfairly targeted for their celebrity status. They are now trying to adjust to their new normal, which could mean leaving Nashville. In a moment fans never thought would come so soon, Todd Chrisley, once the king of Southern charm and reality television royalty, has broken his silence following his shocking release and official pardon from federal prison. Sitting beside a roaring fireplace in the Nashville home he once feared he'd never return to, Todd opened up in an emotional tell-all interview that left few dry-eyed and no truth untold. "This isn't a comeback story," Todd said softly. "This is a resurrection." The silence ends. Since his incarceration began in early 2023 for federal tax evasion and fraud, Todd had only spoken to the public through carefully relayed messages by his daughter Savannah. But now, just weeks after receiving a full presidential pardon and walking out of federal prison camp Pensacola a free man, Todd is speaking from the heart. His voice, once known for clever quips and snarky commentary, now carries the weight of someone who's been through fire. "I went into prison a broken man," he said, "not just because of what was done to me, but because of what I had done to myself. My pride, my blindness, my choices. I had to look in the mirror every day and ask, how did you get here, Todd?" But now, with the shackles off and his family by his side, Todd says he's no longer dwelling in the dark. "I didn't come out angry. I came out awake and alive." The moment he found out. When asked to describe the moment he found out he had been pardoned, Todd grew emotional. "I was cleaning tables in the commissary," he recalled. "I had no idea it was coming. A guard tapped me on the shoulder and said, 'Warden wants to see you.' Now." What followed was a surreal, out-of-body experience. They sat me down and handed me a piece of paper. All I saw were the words "Presidential Pardon Granted." I froze. I couldn't breathe. I thought it was a prank. It wasn't. I said, "Are you telling me I'm going home?" And the warden just smiled and said, "You've been set free, Chrisley." Todd collapsed into his chair, hands shaking. The tears came before he even realized it. He asked to call Julie, his wife, still serving time in Kentucky at the time. When she picked up, I said, "Julie, we're free. We've been pardoned." She didn't say anything at first, just cried. It was the most beautiful silence I've ever heard. Coming home. It was like stepping into a dream. The Chrisley family kept Todd's return home quiet at first. Savannah picked him up at a remote release location, shielding him from cameras and press. What followed was a drive filled with tears, laughter, and long stretches of silence. We didn't need to speak. We just looked at each other and knew we made it. We survived. When he walked through the front door of their Nashville home, Nanny Faye was waiting on the porch in her bathrobe, sobbing with joy. Grayson and Chloe ran to him. The reunion was intimate, tender, and raw. "I hugged my mama like I did when I was 5 years old," he said. "And I held my kids like I'd never let go again." Julie. "We're not whole yet, but we're healing." Though Todd is now home, his thoughts are still tethered to Julie, who is in the final stages of her own sentence reduction. He calls her daily, and they've begun planning their reunion and next chapter. "We got separated, but not divided," Todd said. "We're still partners, still soulmates, and when she walks through that door, we'll truly be whole again." He credits Julie for giving him the strength to endure the mental and emotional toll of prison. "She told me, 'Don't let this place define you. Let it refine you.' That stuck with me." What changed in prison? Everything. When asked what prison taught him, Todd didn't hesitate. "Everything," he said. "It stripped me of everything I thought made me powerful, my name, my clothes, my image. But in doing so, it gave me back what mattered: faith, family, and humility." He recalled forming deep friendships with inmates from all walks of life. "I sat next to people who had nothing. No visitors, no money, just stories and pain. And somehow, they gave me more comfort than I ever gave them." It was humbling. Todd even began leading a small Bible study group, sharing his spiritual journey and listening to others. "It was the first time in years I wasn't performing. I was just me, and they accepted me like that." The critics. I hear you. Todd is fully aware that his pardon has stirred controversy. I hear the critics. I understand the anger. People think I got off easy, that I had special treatment. But I'm telling you, nothing about this was easy. He insists that his time in prison changed him in ways no camera could ever capture. "I'm not here to convince anyone I'm innocent. I'm here to show that grace is real, mercy is real, and redemption is possible." What's next? A new mission. While the Chrisley's television return is a possibility, Todd's focus now is on something deeper. He and Savannah are launching a foundation aimed at supporting families impacted by incarceration. "We want to help the forgotten, the silenced, the ones who don't have a Savannah fighting for them." He's also working on a memoir, tentatively titled Still Standing: My Story of Shame, Grace, and Freedom, which promises to reveal more than fans have ever heard. I'm going to tell it all: the pain, the regrets, the mistakes, but also the miracles, the forgiveness, the faith that saved me. Final words. I found my way home. Todd ended the interview with a message to fans, supporters, and even skeptics. "I don't know why I was given this second chance. I just know I'm not going to waste it. I'm not the Todd Chrisley you met on TV. I'm not the man who chased headlines or perfection. I'm a man who lost everything and found God in a cell." With Julie's return on the horizon and the Chrisley family closer than ever, one thing is clear.